Round 4 was quite the roller coaster in the Supercoach world. Started off the round with Gorn 160, and then Stewart to late out, and then Saturday a bunch of huge scores from relevant players, and then Sunday Paddy Cripps does his hammy. So it was a downhill ending to the round, but the team wasn't affected by most of the carnage. 2,244. Look, it could have been better, made a couple of bad decisions, but we'll take this score. We move up a little bit, ranked just inside 13k. I didn't get to watch much footy throughout the weekend because I was working at the Grand Prix. The only game I got to watch in full was Port endlessly kicking it into Melbourne's brick wall and not being able to score at all. And I also got to watch the second half of the Geelong-Brisbane game. So the majority of these scores, I don't really know the context behind it. I don't know how they got these scores, so I just gotta take them for what they are. But in defense, that top 3 is exactly what we want to see. Whitfield, I know he was struggling up to half-time, so he did well to get himself to a 92. Hinge got subbed out and he might be in doubt for next week, so we'll have to keep an eye on his status. McCartan, that's fine. Gibcus just ticking along. And De Koning made a couple of big plays in the fourth, could have had more than a 62, but we'll take it. The midfield absolutely delivered. McRae 158, Neil 128 after getting tagged. Took got to the ton after getting tagged. Parrish 38 touches and a 121. Berry fought through a minor shoulder concern in the second quarter and got to a 96. Horn Francis 93 and he's over 300k. Dacos 125 and he's over 300k. But the one blemish is losing rookie rouLette. 65 points left on the table, fielding Ward over Rochelle. I should have known better. Rochelle versus Essendon. Yeah. I just thought with Ward starting to build, he could go for a season best score, but it wasn't to be, and Rochelle kicked 3 goals, tonned up, which is great for our cash gen, but unfortunate that 106 is stuck on the bench. And then McDonald 23, that's a shame. And Stevens getting dropped, that's no good either. The Rucks, Grundy, very good. English, we'll take that. And Dixon, a surprising 96. Really good for the cash gen. And the forward line, Dunkley found plenty of it, but he was a butcher. Heaney had a huge fourth quarter. He clutched up, kicked 2 big goals, got himself to a 131, and we took that as our captain score. Butters, a second consecutive score in the 50s. A bit concerning, but I'm not going to be messing around with trade scenarios on him at this stage. Cornelio disappointing. Sherry spent a fair bit of time on the bench because of injury, I'm pretty sure. So that's really unfortunate. I know he had a really good first quarter too. And then Nick Martin on the bench. Really good yet again. For trades this week, the plan was originally to bring in Bruce and chuck him at R2. But he's been offered a 1-match suspension. We'll have to see if GWS want to challenge that or not. But at this stage, that plan is scratched. So what we will most likely do is probably just the one trade. That will be Ward out. And I'm thinking about what could potentially happen next round with Hinge being out. I don't really feel comfortable fielding Gibcus or De Koning. So I'm thinking Cornelio into the midfield, De Koning into the forward line, and then we will bring in O'Driscoll. If only he was still at 123k, but he turned up. Valuable cash gen right there. This will probably be the only trade for this week, but of course that can easily change if GWS successfully challenge, proves a suspension or anything like that. But we'll do this for now. So this will most likely be how the team looks heading into round 5. We're prepared in case Hinge gets ruled out. Forward line, not ideal. Fielding, Dixon, or Durden for that matter. Feels a bit like a lose-lose rookie roulette situation, but we'll see what happens. We'll go with the stock standard Neil VC into McRae or Took C. Parrish a bit of a left field option, but I think I'll just stick with Neil into McRae or Took. The plan heading into the next couple of weeks is to get Bruce and then obviously start upgrading. I have a few players in the watch list. The main few I'm looking at out of those guys would be Jake Lloyd, Aaron Hall, a couple of Seagulls that have scored under what we know they're capable of. Lloyd will be at a nice price in a couple of weeks after that 76, and Hall most likely bottoms out next week. Hopefully we'd be ready to upgrade next week for that, but the timing needs to be right with these trades, because a lot of these rookies are coming off massive scores, which is great for cash gen, but it also means we don't really need to trade them out in the next couple of weeks. So we'll see. The timing just needs to be right. Also need rookies to come in as well, because we can't trade up without trading down. And then a couple of midfielders, Christian Petrarca, Clayton Oliver. Those are the two main ones I'm looking at in the next couple of weeks. Track's last couple of scores under the ton. Clary coming off a 68, and they have GWS next. So it will be interesting to see who gets tagged, see how they go. Their prices will be pretty nice in the next couple of weeks, particularly Petrarca's. It's a shame that we've missed out on a couple of great rookies. Will Brodie, the most glaring miss. Patrick Naish, surprisingly gone really well. So for those who have him as a pod rookie, good job. Also on that watch list, Ollie Wines. He would have been a primary target, but now that we know that the reason for being subbed was worse than just nausea, unfortunately that rules him out. So that will do it. Let me know how you guys are tracking. Good luck to you all for round 5, and see you in the next video.